Good morning and welcome to Enterprise Morning, reaching you from Enterprise Television from our corporate headquarters in Lagos State, Nigeria. I am Henry Igwebike. Let's kickstart today with our newspapers, and right after that will be our main conversation also for today. Do well to be part of what we do, have a say in what we say. You can reach us when you visit us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. Very so honored to have joining us virtually is Emeka Madunago, journalist, public affairs analyst, development communicator, to see through everything that we have today from our newspapers and possibly our conversation for today. Good morning to you, Emeka, and welcome to Enterprise Morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Emeka, for your time. We truly do appreciate you as always. We understand you are very busy, but we equally still want to thank you for giving us the little time. From the Guardian newspaper, Emeka, residents on the brink as rent spike above yearly income in major cities. And below that story, we have Soludo orders 1 week closure of Onitsha main market over sit at home. And the latest information I have from Onitsha right now is traders are beginning to bring back this desire for Nnamdi Kanu again. They are chanting songs about Nnamdi Kanu, something that was forgotten. Do you think Chukwuma Soludo has invariably brought back something that was beginning to go out of the people exactly in the southeast of Nigeria?
Yeah, Soludo, thank you very much. Governor Chukwuma Soludo lacks emotional intelligence and native intelligence. It's very sad that, he's somebody who usually allows his ego to override, it's better judgment. Why would you close the market? The people have a valid argument. They said the last time Soludo asked them to come out, the chairman of where they call Mbuka Obosi, that is where they have where they sell spare parts. Yeah. That he was also campaigning, telling traders to open their stores on Monday. The man was kidnapped. Up till today, the man has not been seen. Now they ask Soludo, where is that man? You've not brought the man out. You've not told people where the man is, and you've not made adequate arrangements for security. How can you tell people to just resume like that? Is that how things are done? Just simply because, maybe like some people are alleging that he was trying to obey orders from Abuja, from the federal government to put an end to sit at home by all means. But you see, for me, a wiser approach would have been to, have a dialogue with, bring this into an end, a private meeting. Yeah. Because the same Soludo has held meetings with market leaders to increase IGR. And they went round, helped him to collect the money in the same main market. That's why you see one of the two governors who have not borrowed since 2023, since they got elected in 2023. How come that now you want to talk about security? You cannot, honor by, taking them into confidence. It just shows that, look, like my people say, that you may pass 6, but not pass sense. It's sad that he has chosen to go this way. Thank you.
Yes, very well, so sad. Lots of people would say that he is resurrecting a dead carcass at this point, something that has been left, forgotten. And Chukwuma is beginning to remove and bring back that into the lives of the people. We do not know how this will last. And the question at this point is, who then is protesting? If the traders say they want to sit at home on Mondays, Chukwuma Soludo is declaring for a whole week of sit at home. Who then is the influencer at this point of the sit at home? That is the big question. Lots of people would love to know. But let's see how this will go and hope that it will not degenerate to something that we would not like. Emeka, let's take a look at other matters. Residents on the brink as rent spike above yearly income in major cities. Emeka, Lagos is one of those textbook example. A 2-bedroom flat or apartment in Lagos go for above 1.5 million. I'm not even talking about agency and other cautions and all that. Lots of Nigerians can't even afford that. Basic pay is less than 100,000, at most 200,000. How do you think this would be a big bubble that would one day burst, or would we keep having inflation in the cost of accommodation in Nigeria, especially for major cities, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Enugu, and other major cities? What's your take?
Yeah, thank you. You mentioned other cities. It's not just Lagos. I mean, when you look at Lagos, there is this El Dorado. This idea of Lagos as an El Dorado. But of course, it's only in people's minds. It's not in reality. Now, you can understand that, okay, Lagos, because of the high population, and the high need for accommodation, then that, of course, scarcity brings, increase in prices.
Yeah.
You can understand that. But when you go to a place like Asaba is even more than Lagos. Asaba is worse than Lagos.
More expensive than Lagos.
I am telling you,
wow.
To rent a shop, you can call anybody in Asaba and find out. Go to Abakaliki and find out how much to rent. What I'm saying is that when you look at the comparison, compare Asaba and Lagos, you will say, oh, there are more business opportunities. But let me tell you, the cost of renting a property in Asaba, has gone through the roof. Not just Asaba, a number of places, even parts of Ibadan.
Why do you think it's so?
See, the thing is this. Rapid urbanization, has led to, population growth, rapid population growth. You had the Kano State government saying, was it the other day, that they're expecting 700,000 babies this year. I mean, you can imagine, if one state is expecting, that tells you that the population growth is rapid. And so with that comes, the demand, for housing, and other basic amenities. Now, the federal government and the state government are not investing heavily in, providing accommodation. It's mainly the private sector. And how far can the private sector go? That's why you see tastes are changing. In many years gone by, people would want to rent a duplex or a 3-bedroom. But now, a lot of people just want to rent, a room, apartment, and suite, or a room and parlor and suite. So that is why you see the demand is so high. Those who rent 2-bedroom, even in some places in Lagos, I learned they are converting 2 bedrooms to a room, to a room and sitting room and suite. So it is about understanding the changing choices.
But these changing choices, Emeka, don't you think this is affecting the economy? Because we should have people with more disposable income, so people can afford these things, and it cascades on the economy, growing better than it is. Management and trying to cut your coat, is it better for the economy? Emeka, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you.
Yes. So, did you get the question?
Yes, I got the question. It's very simple. Look, you cannot give what you don't have. If the government is not ready, to really invest in real estate, in providing properties, even the ones being provided by by the federal and state governments, out of the reach of the common man. Where you price a 2-bedroom at 50 million, how many ordinary people can rent that? Rich people will just sweep it up. And the funny thing is that when these properties are available, they are shared, between politicians and people in government. So the people really need them, don't have access, So you will not have to go to the politicians and civil servants who have shared them, among themselves, to repurchase, and that is at a higher price. So the thing is this: the solution is government should find a way to invest more, to engender more investment, especially in affordable housing. Because, again, building materials have gone up. The cost of building materials has gone up. A bag of cement is almost 11,000 naira now, 10,900. Wow. Not to talk of other things. Cost of building materials has gone up. So when you check all these things, you cannot blame property owners who hike their rent, because they too are suffering, and then they have to maintain their properties continuously. So it puts a strain on them. So and now government is talking of taxing. I know government on residential rent, but how about VAT? How about value-added tax? If it is paid to, a company account, how about that? How about withholding tax if it's paid to a limited liability company? So all of those things are the things that are, behind this spiraling rents. Thank you.
All right, Emeka, let's quickly, last question here from the Punch newspaper. Over 400,000 jobs for 50,000 police jobs. I used to think that Nigerians were not interested in joining a security, a subset of the government. The military, that I know, Nigerians don't want to get close to that. But the police, why do you think Nigerian youths are more hungry to get into the Nigerian police rather than the Nigerian military?
Of course, the answer swallows the proposition. Of course, when you see the corruption in the police, see policemen at checkpoints and all of that, and you hear some of the horrendous things that policemen do, in extorting the citizenry. Of course, you see people want to jump into the police because, at least the risk factor there is lower than that of the military, and then the allure of corruption, is something that motivates such interest. 400,000 just in for 50,000 jobs, but the governor of Anambra State, Soludo, was saying that his people refuse to join. How did he know? That's what I was asking. You see, when people make sweeping statements, how did he know that Anambra indigenous didn't join? Just maybe somebody just casually said it. Did he get across to the Police Service Commission, to find out, to verify? But people just hear beer parlor gist and just go to town and say things, So the basic thing is that 400,000 just for 50,000, it tells you that there's a serious problem in the economy. Beyond the corruption of the police, many people are just looking for a job, something that will just take them out of the house, something through which they will earn, they will earn a living on a daily basis and take care of their families. So any kind of job